This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And attack and dominate we will. Good morning, Juicers. It's a Tuesday. Tito, Bobby, Bodie with you. Lots to talk about today. It's Schleg's Day. We just do that for the whole 2 hours we wanted to. We're going to have him on for a segment, though, at 7 o'clock. We've got a Roosters giveaway later on today, a $50 gift card. You'll hear all that later on as well. Big show lined up for you. Bobby, good morning, my friend. How are you today, sir?
Good morning, Thitoff. I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Got last day of school before many of the kids will be heading back tomorrow or Thursday, so plowing through the week here.
So, yeah, my daughter will be a sixth grader at Hastings. I know that's where Schleg's seventh grade son will be. Schleg's still out there coaching football. We'll talk to him about that. Yeah, you're right. It's a tonight. Is it tough for your kids getting to bed at the time you need them to get to?
No, because I told them last night to get their butt to bed.
Okay,
and
so
we're going to wake up early today.
Did you? Okay, so they're like
so that's how you do it.
No, Bobby, I'm asking, do you start it further in advance than that? I'm not
we could have done it last week, but I said I'll give them up until last night, and you're going to get your butt in the house at 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on who the kids are.
Right.
Depending on what their ages are, they're going to go to bed at their normally scheduled time, and they're going to wake up early this morning, and they have some time to relax and chill, and get some stuff done. But yeah, I
think as a kid, my parents just like a week in advance they would start. We started doing it then. But I think I kind of waited later.
And that's probably what they used to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had it my way, I would do that, but I don't. So I'm just more of a participant in our house than anything else. So I just, have to deal with what I get. Play the hand you're dealt, Thitoff.
There you go. Phillies defeat the Reds 4-1 yesterday. Tonight they played 6:40 at Great American Ballpark. Guardians host the Marlins tonight at 6:40. Myles Garrett, Bobby, got cited for speeding again. And he was going 100 miles an hour after the game against the Panthers in a 60-mile-an-hour zone.
Okay.
And I know he had the thing. According to this article on Yahoo, it's the 8th time that Garrett's been cited for speeding since the Browns took him in 2017. I know he flipped over his Porsche back in 2022 when he was speeding and swerved to avoid an animal. But after the Sajur Sanders stuff, I know guys they're going to do what they're going to do, but still, it's a bad look if you have 8 speeding tickets like that, especially 100 miles an hour to 60, Bobby.
What type of car was he driving?
It was a Ferrari.
Yeah. That car would easily drive 150.
I think it was a 2014 Ferrari.
Yeah. An old one.
An older one, yes.
Retro.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to here to navigate other people's behavior. If they want to drive fast, if you have a vehicle that handles that, that's up to you. You're risking potentially the life of yourself or others. He wasn't intoxicated. He was sober, I'm guessing. I would say I would put Myles Garrett's reflexes probably up against the vast majority of those people that drive automobiles in the world. I mean, would you rather have that or someone texting and driving or doing something else?
That's fair. No, you're right. That's texting.
So, I mean, I'm not saying what he's doing is right, but he's going to get punished. He has speeding tickets. It's not like on the scheme of things in life of what you could do, and I'm not diminishing this, but, I mean, like I said, he was of sound mind. He wasn't under the influence of anything. This wasn't a domestic violence dispute or anything else.
Right.
He's getting speeding tickets, and so he's going to go to court. They're going to take care of it and do what they do. If the NFL wants to come down and have some sort of issuance then of when you get a number of excessive speeding tickets, well, then there's disciplinary action. Well, then he'll have to deal with that with the NFL and the team. But until that happens, this is the protocol that's going to go through.
That's what I ask you. Do you think
he's a 30-year-old man? I'm not going to sit there and tell him how to live his life.
Do you think the NFL will come down on him?
No.
You don't think so for this?
No. I mean, he's not an 18-year-old kid. He's a 30-year-old man. He's driving a 6-figure sports car that can easily handle those speeds. As long as he's not doing anything, else, I'm not going to sit here. If the police pulled him over, they're going to give him a ticket. He's got to go deal with it. His insurance is probably not cheap, given the fact that the vehicles he has and his driving record. So that's part of his deal. But here's the good news. He makes $40 million a year, so he can handle it. So people will say, well, you know what? He's above the law because he can afford it. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that can do things that other people can't because they can afford them. And I'm not going to sit here and justify it, but if you want me to demonize him or villainize him, that's not really my place in this situation. Like I said, I'm not going to endorse it, but at the same time, like, there's going to be penalties that he has to deal with, both socially and legally. But there's nothing work-related, and it's not going to impact his ability to play football. Maybe they'll take his license.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they can do that.
Yeah.
They take his license, then he's going to be taking Ubers to work. So that's also within the realm of possibility.
All right, Bobby, make us smarter, buddy. Let's do Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Take it away, General.
Oh, boy. We have Tuesday, August 12th, the 24th day of the year, 141 days remaining in this 2025. This date, 1871, Isaac Singer is granted a patent for his sewing machine. You have a sewing machine in your house, Thitoff?
I do not. We used to. We used to have one, but we do not anymore.
What happened to it?
Just never got used. We had it, but it never got used. Do you guys have one? You guys have one in your house, right?
We do have a sewing machine. It's still in the box from our wedding. So
Do you know how to operate a sewing machine?
I can, yeah.
You can, like,
And I
if
took home ec. Oh yeah, you get the
Okay.
little bobby pin at the bottom, the bobby thread, do all that. Yeah, it's been a minute, but
Right.
If I say minute, probably 20 years. But
Right.
I used to be able to use my mom's, which she still has and uses some. Ours, like I said, is still in the box.
It's still in the box of wedding.
It's been opened, but it's still in the box.
Bodie, can you operate a sewing machine?
I cannot.
Okay.
Nope.
You didn't
Not
take
even
home ec,
close.
Bodie?
I did, but I don't remember
any
doing
of it now.
sewing. I remember like cooking and I don't know, some other stuff, I guess.
I got
Mostly
my
just cooking.
girlfriend to sew the shirt we had to make, so I never actually sewed, even though I was in home ec.
Even though you're in home ec?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't actually
And
operate.
we
the
would
sewing
learn how
machine.
to sew with our hand, and then we would also learn how to sew, together.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I might have done some sewing with hand. You saying that
Needle
jogs my
pulling
memory,
thread.
but I don't
Yeah, but
remember
sewing machine?
using a machine ever. We didn't have those at Lakewood, Bob. It was just
Talking
straight
about,
hands,
Coach.
man.
We had all of those little sewing machines. We get in there, learn how to change the bobby pins, all that's or the bobby thread, like the
Yeah,
bobby
little Bobby,
spools.
what do you call it? The Bobby spool with Bobby
Yeah,
something.
at
Yes.
the bottom. That's at the bottom, and then you thread them up, and then you go. It's all part of it, man. This date, 1865, Dr. Joseph Lister performs the first antiseptic surgery. Big deal back in the day because they never used to wash their hands or sterilize the instruments before surgery, Bodie. And he was
Is that Dr. J, you said?
Dr. Joseph Lister. And he was never defined as a great surgeon. However, his work in researching like inflammation, sterilizing the instruments
Yeah.
beforehand
Gone a long way.
went a long way for the big fella over there.
Can't figure out why they keep dying, Doc. What's the problem? I don't know
Well,
what
it's
it is.
amazing when you're introducing bacteria into the human body. May have some issues with that, but yeah, the sterilization of the utensils, that's pretty big stuff, and good stuff right there. This date, 1835, Babe Ruth plays his final game at Fenway Park in front of nearly 42,000 fans. 1958, 16 Candles is recorded by the Cress. 1960, Echo 1A, the first successful comms communications satellite, is launched into orbit, helping connect the world, Thitoff, if you will. And in 1974, Can't Get Enough by Bad Company is released.
I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love.
I would put Bad Company and Foreigner, a couple bands like that. Ones that I would like to have like a great. If I was younger, was still buying a CD or an album, or in my case, cassette tape, I guess. Then I would rather have the greatest hits than buy their catalogs. I just think they had a couple of good songs on every album, but
Yeah.
the rest of them weren't anything to write home about.
I don't have a problem with that, but I still enjoy. Would you say Bad Company, Foreigner? Who was
Foreigner,
in-
I'm trying to get
Oh,
Bad Company,
yeah.
Foreigner, two ones that I think if I had to, Boston's another one.
I've been waiting for a girl
Yes,
like you.
that one would be on there, but also like Jukebox Hero and those kind of things would all be in there as well.
Nice, some winners right there. This date, 1981, IBM releases the first PC, personal computer. People thought they didn't know what they do with those things.
God, I remember what a huge deal those. Like every time a new computer, like, how big they
42
were.
years old, yeah.
and like how expensive they were.
Oh, yeah. And that's one thing that has gotten cheaper and gotten better.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the few things. TVs.
I was going to
and
say
computers.
TVs. Yep,
Yeah,
TVs
TVs
is
and
another one. You can
computers.
get an amazing TV for a couple $100.
Oh, I
It's
remember
incredible.
people used to hold on to TVs forever. I still have we have one left. We got 2 flat screens here and then one there. They were the LGs.
Sometimes I just stand here and watch it for hours.
They were 55 inches. They were $2,500 a piece. They weighed about 80 pounds. I still have one of the mounting brackets.
Try hanging that sucker on the wall.
Coach, you could hang a cow off the wall. There's like 8 bolts. The thing goes in there. The mounting base itself weighs about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, it is huge. And
Dad, that thing wouldn't fit in our front yard.
we got rid of we finally got rid of it. Now it's still sitting downstairs. I haven't actually parted with it yet. Sitting in our living room against the wall. We had one in our main. We had 3 of them. We bought 2 here, and then we got 1 for 2 in our Dallas, 1 for our house here. And they had the blue light, which was terrible. It would only be lit when it was off. So at night, it would just stare back at me.
Nice.
It was the worst design ever. It looks sweet, and I'm like, this is terrible. You have to go. My wife and I would fight over who would put a pillow in front of it so you didn't have to stare at it all night.
A buddy of mine one time left the TV in an apartment because it was too heavy to move.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a 19-inch one at home, but still, it is a pain in the butt to move. It is
This thing probably weighs 80 pounds.
This is like a 19-inch VCR DVD combo.
Oh, it's a box.
Yeah, it's huge.
Nice.
It is huge. It's
my parents still have one of those. My
Yeah.
dad plays my VHS.
Right, yeah, the VHS. That's why I got rid of it.
I've got to get the connector so we can start logging all that up into the cloud machine and digitize it. But we still have one sitting in our guest bedroom in our basement. It's still down there. I haven't turned it on in about 2 years.
Right.
They were starting.
Does it still turn on? That
It
might be a
will.
question.
Yeah, I bet it will. They were starting to get a little pixelated. And I told my wife, I'm just getting a new TV. She's like, this thing works fine. I'm like,
This thing works fine.
it does, but not really.
We can go to Best Buy for about $350 and buy a 55
on Amazon
inch.
Prime days,
Yeah.
I can get one for $350.
Yeah.
That's going to be better than this, and it's going to weigh 10 pounds.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like you're in the shoe.
Yes, and so we ended up doing that. The one in the basement, though, I'll have to turn it on. It's been a minute.
I kept it always because already could play the Sega on it. The old Sega
yeah.
Genesis. Yeah, it's got the connector for that, so you can play
wow.
it
Yeah,
at
it's got
PS2.
the three
the
prong in the
red,
back.
yellow, white. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. My buddy, we had a connector with one of those, an adapter, because we used to take our portable DVD player on the road to football games,
Yeah.
and we would watch movies in the rooms.
Right.
Because that was like really when renting movies, there was no Netflix connected.
Imagine somebody back then handing you an iPad and be like, check this sucker out.
Check it. Well, imagine you just click this TV on, it'll give you access to all of these
Right.
things.
Yeah. Right.
That was insane. So we would bring in portable DVDs. We'd do it the night before games. It was actually Rob Harley, Chick's.
Okay. Who's Chick Harley?
Who the hell is Chick Harley?
Chick Harley. Yeah.
But Rob would bring it. We'd watch all these 80s Tom Cruise movies on there. But it had the connector because then you would have to be able to put it into like the newer TVs that didn't maybe necessarily have all the technology that you needed right there to get it done. But yeah, nice little walk. Those flat screens, man, those things were so big back then. This date, the PC is released. 1989, Richard Marx hits a banger, #1 in the U.S., right here waiting for you.
And how can we say forever? Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here
What a great
waiting
one.
for you.
I mean, Bodie, if you played that back in the early to mid 90s at a middle school dance,
Oh, yeah.
that's a big time deal right there. That one was bringing it home. This date, 1994. A rough one, Thitoff, for the baseball fans out there. They announced the World Series will be canceled
94?
due to the strike.
Yep.
Later, as a fitting symbol of how far apart the players and owners are, Bud Selig and Donald Fear held news conferences in 2 separate cities, each reminding us of the reason there will be no World Series, the salary cap.
Like a lot of things in life, you anticipate something and fear that it's coming, hope that it isn't, and when the day is here, there's an incredible amount of sadness. But I'll say what I've said to many of you If this can serve as the impetus to constructing a long-range solution that solves the very terrible economic problems that we have and stops the social and economic problems that would have occurred in many places if we don't come to that solution, then maybe there will be some good that will come from this.
Or not.
Was there good that came from it? Other than the Indians being robbed of a World Series.
Well, Bobby, that was also a year we had a legitimate chance at a Cleveland-Cincinnati World Series. The Reds were also very good. Yeah. It's baseball changed. 81 strike baseball changed for me. That's what it really changed. For
81 strike.
The 81 strike was when it really happened.
What even happened with that?
There was like a 57-day, I think it was, strike in the middle of the season. So the All-Star game didn't get played until August in Cleveland, but they did a split season thing. Like they had whoever's leading your division before the strike automatic into the playoffs, and then they had a second half of the season, and there were a couple of teams. I think the Reds and I think the Cardinals both had the best records in the National League for the entire season, and neither one made the playoffs because the split season. They didn't win the first or second side. But if they would have kept it all one thing.
So the whole side didn't matter, just the first or second.
First or second. The Reds had the best record in baseball and did not make the playoffs that year.
Okay. That's very interesting as we look through that. I can't believe, 94, they wanted the salary cap.
Right.
That never happened.
Didn't happen.
I'm curious why the owners broke on that.
Yeah, I don't know, but look, baseball's, they're going to do it again. They're going to fight for it again here coming up here. It's going to be the next stoppage we'll have, but everyone said after 81 the fans wouldn't come back. It's funny, Bobby, at the All-Star games. The
94 they really didn't until they got steroids. That's why.
That's what it changed.
The home run, the 98 home run race changed everything. They brought everybody back.
81, when they came back, and the All-Star game was the first game they played after the strike, and fans brought whistles into the stadium, and they decided to they would blow the whistles throughout the game to express their displeasure for the strike and what it cost them. So if you watch the old game, you'll hear the whistles blowing constantly in the background.
That's good. I like that. The steroids brought the fans back.
Yes, they did.
Remember that.
I do remember that.
And then now people don't care about baseball again.
Now it's
anymore.
demonized.
Well, exactly. But it served its purpose then. They were all blissfully ignorant to it.
I think players and people who are owners of major league teams were okay with it.
And Bud Selig was the one champion.
Bud Selig, yes.
And then he has the gall to come out here and demonize the great juicers of our time. most of Major League Baseball. Then this day, 2016, Katie Ledecky becomes the most decorated U.S. women's athlete with her 4 golds and a silver in the 2016 Olympics. She was the first since '68 to win the 200, 400, and 800 freestyle.
You are watching the best ever 400 meters freestyle. Look at this girl.
Another world record for Katie Ledecky.
She smashed it.
Ledecky looking for another gold. Ledecky's going to do it. 200-meter gold. What a race. What a victory. She's so far away from them. Ledecky, gold medal. Ledecky, world record. Katie Ledecky reigns supreme yet again. The USA in the lead, but Katie Ledecky in a class of her own. She against the clock. Again, we're seeing history in the pool.
History in the pool. Couldn't get an American to broadcast that, buddy.
I couldn't even find just her actual events themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
My
It was
goodness.
all just like recaps and somebody talking over the broadcast,
It's only
which shocked me. Yeah, it was only
10
9 years
yeah,
ago.
It wasn't even a decade ago. Oh, goodness. Some birthdays. This date, 1925. Norris and Ross McWithers. You probably wonder who they are, Thitoff.
I do.
The twins who founded the Guinness Book of World Records. Norris lived all the way to 2004. So hitting, what would that make him, 79. His brother Ross passed away in 1975, so not nearly the life expectancy there. Turning 76 today, Mark Knopfler, the lead singer of Dire Straits. Look at you, Thitoff.
I knew that one.
Gosh, that's pretty darn impressive. I had never heard of him before.
You never have? Did we get down for that or not?
No,
Money for nothing?
I didn't know. Chicks for
and
free.
The chicks for free, yeah.
That sounds great.
There's a line in that one you really couldn't do now. I'll tell you off the air.
No, I like that song. It's a good one. But we do have Anthony L. Roy. Do you know who that is, turning 62?
A-Roy?
Yeah.
No idea.
Some people refer to him as Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh
my God.
It's not the best
Becky,
song.
Look at her butt. It is so big.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough because you notice that butt was stuck.
Did you ever see that video when you were pulling it up?
It was it was on YouTube.
I mean, he's dancing on giant butts. It's the most amazing thing in the world.
Posse on Broadway is a very better song.
I don't know about that.
That's a really good one. And a great video, too.
Dude dancing on giant butts is probably
pretty
the
tough
good.
to beat. I know.
I
Tough to
remember
beat.
looking at that. I'm like, is that really what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's they brought it on home. Also, a guy who brought it on home 14 times in the majors, 7 times, which was a record at one point until Roger got him. Pete Sampras turning 55 today.
I've always feel like this is kind of my home. Each year it gets a little bit more difficult to defend it and to do it again, but I've handled that pretty well over the years, being the man to beat.
Dismissing qualifier Vladimir Volchkov, Sampras was safely into his 7th Wimbledon final and set to face Aussie Pat Rafter for the first time at Wimbledon. In their first ever trip to Wimbledon, Pete's parents, Sammy and Georgia, watch as their son inches closer to history. 53 wins in 8 years, a record 13th major and 7th Wimbledon, and 2 people who had never seen their son play in person at Wimbledon until this day.
It's so important to me. My parents were here today. They could share this with me, and I'd like to thank everyone for supporting me over the years. This is the best court in the world.
It's wild that it wasn't until his final Wimbledon that his parents saw him play there.
That was crazy.
R.I.P. American men's tennis, by the way.
You know what? We got a little resurgence here. One of those guys has got to get it done. With Shelton, Tiafoe, we got some dudes that have started making some pushes. It's not what it was when you had Agassi and Sampras.
Before that, when you had Connors and McEnroe.
Yeah, and I get that. Believe me, I understand that. But I'm talking. It's been 20 years, and that's the problem. It needs to be better now, and hopefully one of these young guys will be able to start making a push again. I'm with you because I like to see United States men's in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And we have not had that in quite some time. We made was it Thitoff that made it to the semis?
I can't remember. I
One of the slams. That's like the first time we've had it in a minute, though. Also turning 50 years old today. You know, it's funny. I always, I think he's probably a better actor than his brother. Doesn't have quite the catalog. Does a lot of directing. Gone Baby Gone was one of my favorites with him in it. But Casey Affleck turning 50 years old today.
Deck the halls with boughs of donuts.
Do you like this
Real
movie?
customers are telling you why their holidays run on Dunkin'.
Love Dunkin', guy. What are you talking about? Where else can I get breakfast and the perfect stocking stuffer?
You want to talk real customers? Kid, that's me. I'm like the mayor of Dunkin's. This is the face of Dunkin' Donuts right there.
Hey, you can't smoke in here, man.
I'm not, Mark. I'm not smoking.
You're smoking in here.
It's tight. I'm just Yeah, I come down to Dunkin' every day. Grab a cruller, have an extra large, 3 parliaments, take a big dump. That's kind of the routine. I got my seat right over there. This douchebag will move when I'm ready.
'Tis the season for holiday drinks. Like our
never mind that. Hey, interview my buddy Dewey for the movie right here. Dewey, tell me your favorite donut is.
I don't want to be in there.
Come on, pal. It's a movie. Tell me what your favorite, how you like the vanilla nut taps.
What?
The vanilla nut taps.
Oh!
That's a joy, shit! Best part of my day is when I'm at Dunkin'. Think that's sad?
Yes, very.
Real customers know the holidays run on Dunkin'.
Go back to Starbucks.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, that's one of my favorites.
That was really good. Yeah,
I'm glad you enjoyed
laughing
it.
pretty hard throughout the
It's
entire
smoking
thing.
here, Mark.
I'm not. He's like holding it right outside the door.
Oh, it's so good. People from the fact that he can do that, and him and Bill Burr can make fun of people from Boston.
Yeah,
so it makes it even better. Speaking of Boston, Antoine Walker turning 49 today. Plaxico Burress,
bang,
bang. Son, I think, goes to Notre Dame.
He's been making waves in the training camp.
Has he?
He's going to play this year.
Metal detectors, though, I hope, at the facility.
Listen, you know what? I guarantee his son's probably a little smarter than his dad. Probably a little different upbringing as well. Plaxico turning 48 today, though. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, former heavyweight champion of the world, turning 37 today.
I just want to say big shout out to Deontay Wilder. You know, he came here tonight. He manned up. He really did show heart of a champion. I hit him with a clean right hand and dropped him, and he got back up and battled on into round 7. He is a warrior. He will be back. He will be a champion again. But I will say, the king has returned to the top of the throne. Second of all, I said I'd sing a song tonight, didn't I? A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. Sing along if you know the words. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. All together now. So bye.
I've never heard this.
He keeps going. He does like basically half the song there.
What's remarkable?
It's great. He just is like, I told you I'd sing a song, and bam, there he went.
What's amazing? Because Tyson Fury's British, correct?
I'm not sure.
I think he is.
He's
yes.
not American
yes,
though.
He's
obviously.
British.
He's not American.
No.
You got a British champ singing American Pie with his accent. His name is the Gypsy King after winning the heavyweight champion of the world.
Is he more Pat McAfee than Pat McAfee is?
He's pretty good. I've always enjoyed Tyson Fury. I know he's not for everybody, but
he came out of retirement. He's going to fight again.
Is he?
Yeah, for like the 5th time he's going to come out. He said he's going to fight again. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to pay him $100 million.
Of course they are. I'd fight him for $100 million. I'd run, but I'd fight him.
No, I'd like to see you in there.
How
many rounds do you think you could?
How many rounds?
Yeah.
How many months we need to get you prepped for
First
that,
of all,
Tito?
it doesn't matter.
Preparation is everything.
It doesn't matter how many months you give me. The outcome's the same.
The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. So.
That's fine. I think I could last 2 rounds with Tyson Fury.
I don't think you could last 2 punches.
I think. Oh no, I know. No doubt about that. You'd see a lot of clinching. There'd be a lot of clinching and then pushing away and running around like a scared
My point
child.
is he's like 6'6".
I understand that.
We'd have to get your conditioning up just so you could.
That's all I could really do.
That's the problem. Is I don't think you could get away from him.
Could you imagine me the way
is going to be your defense,
out there in my underwear and just flexing like this with the arm fat hanging down where the muscles are supposed to be?
Would be so proud.
Oh, she'd love that. $10 million. I think she'd get over it.
I was going to say.
I think she'd be a lot prouder.
Life insurance
a lot prouder. You think, Bob?
Plus the life.
Yes, no doubt.
That's interesting. I'm curious. It's because
what song would you sing, Tito, if you beat him?
Oh, if I beat him,
just go right back at him. American Pie.
I might go back. Or you know what? I might sing a Beatles song to go back after him. I would do something like that.
Do you think if you took a clean one from him, you'd have the gall to be able to get back up off the mat?
I do. I think I can get up in 10 seconds.
Okay.
I think I could, Bob.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to levy my opinion on that.
$10 million buys you a lot of heart.
I don't know if it does. Money doesn't buy heart.
Look, Bobby, one thing about me, I could take a punch. Okay, I could take a punch. I've been knocked down. I get up again. That tub thumping, that's what I'll sing.
Tub thumping, well, there you go.
That's what we'll do.
He'll sing American Pie and you sing tub
I get
thumping.
knocked down, I get up again.
You sing British songs,
yes,
he'll sing American
that's
ones.
What I'll do.
Perfect. Some passings today, and then passing away on this date, 2007, Merv Griffin. You know who Merv Griffin is, Bodie?
Not off the top of my head.
As soon as I saw this, I mean, we started doing this 5 years ago. Merv Griffin Enterprises. It was always, he created The Price is Right, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune,
yeah. Okay.
all that stuff, and they'd always play it right afterwards. And the creator of some of the most famous game shows around. Some holidays.
He's more well known as a talk show host.
Yeah, which I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was a talk show for years, very popular, like the daytime stuff. He was,
Maury before Maury?
He was Maury, and he was Jerry Springer. Much classier. He was like in the Phil Donahue mold.
That's good. Much classier.
Yes, low bar to clear.
Did he wear a tuxedo and a monocle?
He did not do that. But
maybe he wore a big tuxedo T-shirt, so he says he's classy but still likes to party.
If you look up 70s male fashion mid-30s in the dictionary, it'd be a picture of him. He dressed like that.
Okay, I just didn't know if you picture him with big angel's wings, singing lead vocals on Leonard Skinner. It is Baseball Fans Day.
Ooh,
that makes a lot of sense.
It's IBM
Brilliant.
PC Day. How about that? National Sewing Machines Day, Middle Child Day, Vinyl Record Day, and World Elephant Day. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Tuesday, August 12th, the 224th day of the year, and 141 days remaining in this 2025.
I used to celebrate Middle Child Day.
Are you a middle child?
I was, until I was about 43. Then I realized I was not a middle child anymore.
Well, you grew up a middle child.
I grew up middle child, yes. Yeah, I found out later on I was the third when I thought I was the second. But that's a whole other story.
You're still in the middle. Maybe you're not just the middle.
I'm not the middle. You're right. I'm in the middle. Coming up next.
Like Malcolm.
Yeah, the AP polls out. We'll overreact to that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, by the way, we'll hear from Ryan Day later on. He spoke yesterday. Yes, that'll be in the 7 o'clock hour.
I can't wait to hear all his comments.
I know you can't.
Seemed pretty excited at the end of practice yesterday.
Bobby, it's Tuesday.
Which means it's a Roosters time. Hear the sound. It's an appetizer Tuesday. And for the second Tuesday in August, August 12th, it's the favorite of Anthony Schlegel. I can't wait to tell him about it. If you love mac and cheese, but you don't like spoons, or even a fork, this is the mac and cheese for you. Macaroni and cheese covered in a crispy, crunchy cheddar coating, deep fried and served with sour cream. So good, you'll wish you were a kid again. You just munch on those with your hands, drive around and eat them. Maybe Myles Garrett when he's driving 100 miles an hour. Keep those little mac and cheese bites. You want to put them between your legs.
I'd keep both hands on the wheel for Myles Garrett.
Oh, no, not Ferrari, big dog. And they're going to be $3 all day long at Roosters. And if you stay locked in here, in about an hour, we're going to give you a $50 Roosters gift card. So go check them out. There comes the Rooster.
Bobby, the AP poll popped yesterday.
Disappointed?
No, because it
could
doesn't
have been the
matter.
first ever 1 versus 2 to start the season.
But it's not.
But it is not.
Penn State got the number 2 spot between Texas and Ohio State at 3. Texas, though, I think is the first preseason AP top 25 number 1 to be an underdog in their first game.
That is correct. Saw that this morning on the interweb.
A little bit of bouncing around as far as, it's not a lot of difference. Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia are the top 5. Notre Dame is 6.
Clemson higher than in the coaches.
Clemson was 6 in the coaches, and they're 4 in the AP. Georgia was 4-5. Notre Dame was 5-6. So Oregon, Alabama, LSU matchup. Miami also to round out the top 10. Arizona State, Illinois, South Carolina, Michigan are the through 14. Those are the same. And then you've got Ole Miss had one of the bigger changes. They were 15 in the coaches poll and 21st in the AP poll. But the reason it doesn't matter, Bob, is because we know after the first week it's going to change.
Really?
Yeah. That's
why.
Let me tell you the logic on that one, Bob. Because one of the top 3 teams is going to lose.
In this new era, though,
Yes.
the losses are not as punitive depending on how they look and who they're against.
I understand. I would think that, though, the Ohio State-Texas winner will be number 1. Regardless, I know Penn State's got 23 first-place votes. Ohio State only had 11 in the AP. But if Ohio State beats Texas, they'll leapfrog Penn State, and Texas will drop down to probably 5 or 6 or something like that, I would think. Okay. I would think on that one. Illinois at 12 is interesting to me. That's another team.
It's the exact same spot they were in the coaches.
Yep. I can't get a read on, I want to be excited about Illinois this year because they've got an Indiana-type schedule. And I think that the fact they avoid Michigan, they avoid Oregon, right? They play Ohio State, but they also, I think they avoid Penn State as well.
Yeah.
It sets up very favorably for them. But the AP poll in the coaches polls, look, there'll be so much jumbling after the first couple of games because, Bodie, you want to point us out all the different top 10 or top 25 matchups we have early on, right? We got Notre Dame, Miami. That's going to change things around. You got LSU, Clemson, obviously Ohio State, Texas. There's going to be a lot of movement after 1 week in this thing. So
I did see that. Do you guys know who the only power conference team that has never been ranked in the preseason poll is?
Only power, power
never
4?
Out of the Power 4 conferences, there's one team in them out of the 4 that's never been ranked in the preseason.
I would have
AP
said
top
that was
25.
Kansas.
Wow.
It's not Kansas because I think they got in there a couple years ago.
They're in the SEC. That's kind of
Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Got to be Vanderbilt, yeah. Already watching that SEC show on, was it Netflix?
So I heard that's really good. I was talking to Mickey Marotti about it. And, him coaching down there and knowing some of the guys. And it's interesting how the more exposure you get to people, I've said this for a long time, and this might be true for me. It's probably true for everybody. But the more exposure you have to someone, you develop stronger opinions about them.
Okay.
And so I've tried, with Ryan Day, I think the more he's been here, I think people have come to like him as a person more.
Right.
Because of the type of person he is. Brian Kelly, the more you're exposed to him.
Right.
I like broccoli. The more I've eaten broccoli, I've developed a taste for it. There are certain things where I just really don't like. The more olives I eat, the more I hate olives. Okay? And I don't care if you put them in pizza, you put them in some sort of Greek salad, hell, you put them in a martini. I've tried to want to like them. I like the oil. I don't know how I can't like the olive. Green, black, I don't care. Purple, whatever the colors of them are. It doesn't matter to me. I don't like them. The more I eat them, the more I despise them. I've tried to microdose them, and they're just so strong. It's a pungency to them that I do not enjoy. AJ, who was allergic to shellfish, microdosed himself, and now he can eat them. I'm not allergic to olives. I just don't like them. And so I feel like with Brian Kelly on that, someone's like, he really comes off as unlikable. I'm like,
really?
Yeah. I tell people he's a good coach. He will win you games.
Regular season games.
Maybe that. But there is there's an authenticity to him that it just, the connection. And the more that he's kind of been out there, the less I think people have enjoyed him. I think that's a hypothesis.
I think you're heading down the right track on that one, Bob.
You know, when he was coming from like Grand Valley State and Central Michigan, Cincinnati, he's like, oh, he's the guy coming around, upstart dude, every place like 3 years. And then he landed at Notre Dame. And the longer he was there, the more...
Turned purple that one time.
Yeah, he wasn't as enjoyed.
Started talking about how his players are different than the guys Weiss recruited, even though the best players that went on the national championship runner-up in 2012 were Weiss's players. But
you did it, Bobby. You did it. You pulled the string now. And now we got Bodie on the Notre Dame stuff. Well, we got to wait for Patrick down the chat to chime in. It'll be next. That'll be next. Patrick will say something. Bob, if you had like a meme for coaches against really good teams, you'd have like James Franklin Spider-Man pointing at Brian Kelly Spider-Man, I think. And
maybe Lane Kiffin is the other one.
Lane Kiffin, both of them, yes, right.
Like,
like The Office. Well, we can do The Office where they're all pointing to with the imaginary guns. Yeah.
Listen, James Franklin has a chance to do what Lane Kiffin did last year. I mean, so don't hold that. Don't say he can't get it done.
You're right. Fair enough on that.
What did Lane Kiffin do last year?
Blow a great opportunity to make the playoff.
I mean, the schedule is literally 2 great teams, Oregon High State, 10 nobodies, if we're just going to call it how it is.
Look up Ole Miss's schedule from last year.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was kind of
about
similar.
the same.
Like,
DM lost Kentucky, cost me in Vegas. But
Kentucky was terrible, and Penn State just has to not lose to a below-average Big Ten opponent. Not all Oregon. Like I said, they play 2 great teams. They're probably going to lose both those games, and they're going to get in at 10-2. Penn State fans will probably hate themselves all year because they're going to continue to wait. And then, I don't know, maybe this year they'll actually play somebody in the playoff rather than beating SMU and Boise.
If you look at Ole Miss last year, I think they lost to Georgia, who was good.
They beat Georgia last
year.
They
lost Kentucky.
Yeah.
They lost 3, though.
Yeah.
Who was their third? They lost to Florida at the end of the season, which I watched Jackson Dart and everybody tell me how great he was.
Give the game away.
And he's just throwing the ball to Florida defenders. Like, what are you doing? You were supposed to be like a 3-year starter, talented guy, poised under pressure, just throwing it up.
They lost to Kentucky. LSU. There we go.
In overtime.
And
BK
Florida.
got him.
Yeah, he did.
Hard to get out coached by Brian Kelly. I've never had or had a desire to have an olive in my life.
That's good. Well, they
Have
say
you, Bodie?
give the olive branch. But
I've had them, and I think they are disgusting,
Okay.
and I've never... I respect you, Bobby, for like trying to make it happen.
Sure.
If I try something and I don't like it, I'm just out. I'm not... At this stage of my life,
I'm not trying to develop
I figured
new
it's not
taste
like
buds.
exactly.
No.
Yeah, there are things I didn't like as a kid that I do like now, but olives.
I don't seek
never
it out.
come around on them, and I'm not.
But ordering a martini extra dirty always sounds very appealing to me, and I just can't do it. I've choked one down. I mean, it was like the most painful thing in the world.
They say hold your nose, right? You can't taste it.
Yeah, because that's
real.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to do with the drink that I paid $15 for.
You look great in the bar too. If you're sitting there holding your nose while you take a drink, tell me
I
you're
so
inexperienced.
cool I'm drinking this.
Yeah.
No, you look like an idiot.
All right, coming up next, here's some quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and Columbus football is back. And what better way to kick off the season than driving home in a tough, reliable 2024 Toyota Tacoma from Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, get 0% APR for up to 72 months with 20% down, or lease it for $239 a month for 36 months for 10,000 miles per year with $29.99 due at signing. Head to Germain Toyota of Columbus today on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Your home for great deals all season long.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, we are Morning Juice. Sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. And now we get to hear from our good friend. He's Bodie Wells.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Bodie Wells, do your thing.
Happy Tuesday, fellas. Happy Tuesday Meeting Tuesday.
Yes.
Can't wait. That's got me juiced.
Of course it does.
Guys,
a little preview there.
Exactly. We'll continue the college football theme here. Who are going to be the best freshmen in college football this season? ESPN took a stab at the ranking, and they put together their top 10. And there's one Buckeye on the list and some Buckeye opponents / potential opponents. At number 1, they had Decorian Moore, the Oregon wide receiver. Buckeyes don't play the Ducks this year in the regular season. Could have beat them in the Big Ten title game. That was also a big recruiting win for the Ducks over Ohio State there. Number 2 on the list is Bryce Underwood, the quarterback at Michigan. Number 4, Devin Sanchez, the defensive back for Ohio State. And at number 10, Grayson Littleton, defensive back at Texas. Michigan offensive lineman Andrew Babalola also made the list, and the others who just missed the cut, part of the section there. Bobby, kind of a two-banger here. What do you think about Sanchez being on the top 10 there, being at number 4? And then it feels like Underwood amongst those potential or guaranteed candidates that the Buckeyes will play. It feels like Underwood could have the biggest impact against Ohio State.
You're right. Well, he's the quarterback at Michigan, so we'll see how good he ends up being. I mean, it's tough for a freshman to come in and be really good right away, but we'll see what he can do. There's been a lot of positive reviews coming out of Ann Arbor about him. With Devin Sanchez, I talked about this, I think with you guys, and Schleg and I have talked about it a lot. I think that we have the 4 best corners that I've seen, outside corners, in a long time. Our inside guys are good. Lorenzo's been playing really well. Styles and Bryce West has looked very good too. But when you start talking about IGB, Jermaine Matthews, Devin Sanchez, and Aaron Scott, all 4 of those guys have played really well. And for Devin Sanchez, I mean, he is a full 6'2".
Yeah.
I don't know what he weighs, 195.
Says he ran a 10.69 100 meter
he
dash.
can fly, and he's super tall. And Berm told me that he was like the J.J. Smith of DBs when he came in. He goes, he'll play as a freshman. I'm like, all right, man, like they've got good players here, and he's good. He's good. He's one of the best tacklers on the defense, which also helps. Like, he's not a liability, which usually for freshman defensive backs, that's not the case. Those guys aren't usually as willing, and they're not as physically able. Like, he is physically looks the part, and he is a very brave and courageous tackler on dudes that might be a little bigger than him. So he's got all of it in there. And so for him being number 4, it makes sense.
Bob, one of the things why the machine keeps on rolling the way it does. So Sanchez comes in from high school, And I'm sure that because of these elite high school kids sometimes play against other elite high school kids. But a lot of the times you've got some Beechcrofts on your schedule. And you don't get challenged as much probably as a defensive back. But coming here and practicing against Ohio State players, when you're lining up and you're going against guys like Jeremiah, guys like Tate, and you've got elite quarterback play back there, I can't imagine the jump they make from because you're playing such different level of competition. And if you're holding your own, that says so much about the player's athletic ability.
So, I mean, there's guys that come in here, and you have guys that come in, walk-ons and young guys, and it's tough. Their first couple of days at Ohio State as defensive backs, it gets an emotion. Dude, you got to put your emotions in your pocket, buddy. You're going to get beat here,
right,
by these guys.
Yeah,
one play, one life.
I mean, yeah, one play, one life. If that one play is for your life, and you're going against JJ, did you think you were going to beat him? As a true freshman, come on, man. And so you've got to get a short memory. You've got to be able to bounce back. And Devin does a good job of that, but it's really hard for those guys. They're used to always being the best. They come here. And, dude, you're going to get beat. And you're going to beat a decent amount. I'm sitting there. Our offense throws more go balls than anybody. You watch them last year. Dude, we just throw it up. You know why? Because you got guys that can just outrun people that are faster and bigger. And they throw a lot of go balls. And so, I mean, you get used to as a defensive back, they never, number one, they probably didn't throw at you that much. And two, when they did, you're able to go make plays. They're throwing balls over your head all the time. And you've got to be making plays 35, 40 yards down the field. And it's not easy. But you do that a lot in practice, and it prepares you for the game. I watched Jermaine Matthews make 2 great plays yesterday. And, I mean, probably 3 days before he got beat on one. It's just what happens.
It's but I can't imagine how humbling that is for some of these guys, though, because you're right, Bobby. They get the Dion treatment in high school where they never throw your way, so you're never around the ball. But then on top of that, you go in here and you're gonna all of a sudden not be the best player on the field, and not even close, just because there's so much other talent out there. And I gotta believe that's really a humbling thing for these guys.
Devin made an unbelievable play in practice a couple weeks, 4 or 5 days ago. They tried to run a fade on him in the end zone, jammed the receiver, got his eyes back, and picked it off. When I saw it, dude's got tremendous ability. Yeah. But even with that, you're still going to get beat. I mean,
it's going to happen.
You're going to go make a good one, you're going to have a bad one. That's just how it works with these guys.
Mike Sando of The Athletic puts together this list every year, the NFL quarterback tiers for the upcoming season. Always a fun read. The list is compiled from voting by 50 different NFL coaches and executives. Let's get into it here a little bit. In the first tier, no surprise at number 1, Patrick Mahomes. He's followed by Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Matthew Stafford. One of the snippets in here about Burrow, a head coach said, "He is the closest thing to Joe Montana that I have seen. That is about as big of a compliment I can give you as a quarterback." Pretty well said there. Tier 2, Jaden Daniels is top of the list at number 6 overall to top tier 2. Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, and then Brock Purdy.
It's a pretty big second tier.
I know.
How many tiers are there?
There are 2, 3.
I think there's 5. There are 4. There's 5. There's 5. Yeah.
There's one guy
in tier 5. That's right.
Give me number 2. Give me number 2 again.
All of tier 2?
Yeah.
Got Jaden Daniels. This is in order, too. Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, and then Brock Purdy.
Jordan Love, I'm not ready to get him there yet.
Do you believe more in Jordan Love or Brock Purdy?
I believe more in Brock Purdy's situation around him. I believe his operations of what he's being asked to do, he can be better at that than Jordan Love. And I just have a larger sample size on Brock Purdy as well. Jordan Love started for, 2 years now?
Yes.
And he's been pretty good.
There's 3 years because Rodgers played 2 with the Jets, right?
This will be his third.
This will be his third year,
Yeah, so he's played for 2.
You're right, 2, yep. You're right.
And he's been injured a little bit during that, I want to say, as well. I don't think he started. His first year, I think he was nicked up a little bit. I'm not saying he can't be there, but Love, I still have a little bit of question about.
Out of the 50 votes, Love got 28 for tier 2. And 28 for tier 2 and then 22 for tier 3.
Okay, so I feel all right. So I feel like I'm justified with the other greats up there on their evaluation of him.
Sam Darnold did jump up 1 tier from tier 4 to tier 3. Russell Wilson dropped 1 tier from 3 to 4.
Oh, he's 4 tier now.
Yeah, but there's only one person in Tier 5, Bobby, and it is one Kenny Pickett. He is 34th on the list. They ranked the 34 quarterbacks.
Is Flacco in Tier 4?
I don't know.
He is. Yeah,
Flacco's
he's at
in 4.
31 overall in Tier 4.
Ahead of Richardson and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
And right behind Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy.
Spencer
Michael
Rattler
Penix.
made that?
Spencer Rattler.
Who is he supposed to be starting for?
He's with the Saints.
Is that the guy, really? Because Carr's gone?
Well, you got Tyler.
Tyler Shuck.
They're playing Shuck, dude. You're not playing.
I would think you would also. I would think you would also, yes. But because they want, not that Arch Manning will come out, but I think the Saints would love to have the number 1 pick next year and get Arch to come out.
I don't think Arch is going to come out, so that's
flawed.
That's a flawed plan by them.
If that's the case, yes. But I don't think the Saints are interested necessarily in winning games. Got one more quick one for us there, Bodie?
Yeah, sneaking a baseball one here.
Oh,
Mariners
boy.
catcher Cal Raleigh, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball this
Cal
season.
Naughton Jr.?
Yeah, shake and bake.
Big dumper.
And he continues to make history as he helps lead Seattle to one of the top wildcard spots in the American League on Sunday in their 6-3 win over Tampa Bay. He hit his major league leading 54th home run of the
45th.
season. What'd I say?
54th.
54th.
Right,
Okay,
sounds
that'd be
better.
really impressive.
Sounds better.
54th. That home run made him just the second Mariner ever to hit 45 home runs in a single season, joining Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
He did it 5 times. Raleigh also moved into a tie with Johnny Bench for the second most home runs by a catcher in a season.
Ooh.
He needs just 4 more this season to pass Salvador
Fudge.
Perez,
Oh.
who hit 48 in 2021 with the Kansas City Royals. So I think he's going to pass that. Baseball, Bob. Anytime you are doing something that ties into the likes of Ken Griffey Jr. and Johnny Bench, I think you're making some pretty good history.
Well, and it's impressive him being a catcher, because usually those guys will have some days off here and there. It's physically demanding on your body, and it's a lot that you have to ultimately be able to do. And to be that successful at the plate and being able to do that behind the plate is really good. Kudos to him. You said he's with the Mariners?
Yeah.
Yep.
How are the Mariners doing?
They're top of the wild card race.
There we
They
go.
were in first.
They're a game behind Houston in the
Okay, so
game
second
behind
in
Houston in the
What
NL
did you
West.
say? The guards are coming?
AL West.
Guards are coming for him.
They are. Where are the Guardians?
That's
they were
all
a
right.
half game last night.
Yeah, maybe
but they
more
didn't
now.
play last night. So they're
yeah.
a game back of the Yankees for that last wild card spot.
But yeah,
That's wildly impressive.
They're minus 19 run differential, but that
you-
don't matter.
Hey,
Just
as
win,
long as you
baby.
win. But the fact you bring in Johnny Bench in there, who's in his 70s, like for guys who are around those records, that's pretty darn impressive.
Yep, 45 home runs by Johnny Bench is the second most. Salvador Perez, what they just mentioned there, was the one with 48, but Raleigh's going to fly right past that. And with Aaron Judge missing the time that he did, Cal Raleigh could have been the MVP this year in the American League. But yeah, fantastic. He's got that many homers. He's going to hit 50 homers this year as a catcher. He'll fly by Salvador Perez's record of 48, I think. So
I would assume that.
I think over 50. What's that?
The Magic Man. Now you see me. Now you don't.
Coming up next, it's a Schleg's Day. We'll talk to Anthony Schlegel next. Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, We had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Bobby is the all-American male. Tito pulled a hammy getting his mail. This is Morning Juice.
All right, it is Morning Juice. Oh, folks, buckle up. If you're on the road driving, pull over because things are about to get crazy here. It's time for Anthony Schlegel.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
He is Anthony Schlegel joining us now here on Morning Juice. Schlegs, we were talking earlier, Bobby and I, about Devin Sanchez and talking about when freshmen arrive here.
Como esta?
Yes.
We arrive into the program as freshmen. And
Devin.
What kind of might be a shock to some of these freshmen because all of a sudden they're playing against a much higher level of competition than they ever did at the high school level. And all of a sudden you go from being avoided on the field if you're defensive back because teams don't want to throw your way and they don't throw your way at all, to all of a sudden now you're guarding like, Jeremiah Smith, things like that in practice. I'm curious, what was the adjustment like? And this is not trying to say disrespect about the Air Force and the team there, but was it a big shock for you when you came on campus to Ohio State with the level of athlete you went up against?
No.
Okay. It's a good answer.
I mean, here's the difference. I mean, and I appreciate that. You started off with a lot of anticipation, and then you went into Sanchez, which is amazing because, I already know what I would call him. And his nickname. It'd be fantastic.
What's that, Schleg?
You make a very valid point. The difference is they're coming from high school, and I was already playing in college. Now, let's not kid ourselves. I mean, the week in and week out competition, especially at Ohio State now and where it is different, right? We're starting to see when guys put on the full pads. Though they might look amazing and do some really good things, now we're going. But it's not just who you go against, but it's the installation. It's putting that all together, right? The processing, all those different things that go into being able to play at a high level are taken into account. It is more difficult, straight up, as a freshman, coming in and going at, this level of competition than it was for me. It's not like we were playing nobody. We played Notre Dame. You played Va Tech. I mean, I had great games versus those people, and they had dudes that went to the league, bumped those guys, so it doesn't matter. I just think it's more of, for the younger guys that just came in, it's also why it's imperative that you come in now in January. Mick and I were talking about it. It's like there is no way to replicate the culture saturation, and the development that you get by being in early. You can't replicate it. What, you guys want me to keep going?
Well, I thought there was more. I was waiting.
You want me a long pause for effect?
Yeah. Well, Schleg, that's your dramatic pauser.
I am. I'm just trying to get some food right now. Anyways, keep talking to me.
Well, what are we eating? What are we eating for breakfast, Schlegs?
I'm not, man. Hey, I don't know. Buckeyes, whatever it's made. Hey, what's up, Nana? Yeah, I'm just over here just walking around, cruising the house. Probably have a banana.
Oh, I thought you'd be getting bumpy.
What else we got? What else we got?
I mean, Schlegs, what, Ryan came out, we'll get to this a little bit later in the show. Said he wanted to get a quarterback decision kind of by the end of the week, I think was his goal. How do you feel about that decision and how the timeline of that events?
I don't know. I think that if he wants that decision, he's going to have to put him in. He's going to have to put them in really tough situations to be able to have them differentiate themselves more. And then, honestly, what is it that he's looking for? And I think that he will only know that. It has to come with the offense being able to execute. Guys, remember, there's so many different factors that go into this. Not only are you trying to be right and fair to your players, you're also trying to make sure that you win the Texas game. And how do you give that person the necessary reps to be able to go do this, to go do it? Bob, you and I have talked at length. I honestly don't think it really matters who is the quarterback, right, wrong, or indifferent of which one you want. It's the one that, in my honest opinion, it's the one that can distribute the ball and it doesn't turn the football over. That's all I care about. When you have the talent on the perimeter like we do, with the offensive line that's coming back, though, again, not necessarily starters, but a lot of depth and guys working really well and competitive excellence and those type of things that you got from there, the running back combination, and I would say with three. So there's a lot of good things offensively. The quarterback doesn't have to be the one to win you the game. You know, they need to not lose the game by turning the ball over and putting the defense in a bad situation. That's how I kind of look at it going into this Texas game, because you also got an unproven quarterback in Arch Manning. And it's so funny, too. Like, I love the internet, man, the Google machine, the Twitter, the X, whatever you want to call it. They were talking about Texas fans are worried because of how Quinn Ewers did in his pro debut of 5-18. And they're like, all right, so our new starting quarterback could not beat that guy out? You know, guys, listen, it's one, that's comical. Two, I understand what you're actually feeling. And three, it's the league. It's different. So, and it's just one game. So anyways, it's going to be great, but I think we can't lose sight of, like, Arch Manning has, like, started like 2 games, you know? So it's going to be first time quarterbacks in the shoe against really good defenses, and I just happen to trust our defense more, and I like our perimeter weapons, and I like us being able to run the football. So go Bucks, beat Texas.
Schleg, so when you've worked with incoming freshmen as a strength and conditioning guy, when you've started to work out with incoming freshmen, be it in January or be it in the spring, whenever it is, has there been something that's the biggest challenge for you? Like, is there something tough about working with them that you've got to, that, like, you would say this right here is usually the biggest change for them, biggest challenge for them in working with them?
Yeah, the biggest challenge for them normally is just understanding what all goes into, like, real training. You know, they thought they trained, and then now you're actually really training with intentionality, right? You're not going around, and again, some people come from great programs with great strength and conditioning coaches or great football coaches that have a high GSF for the weight room and have prepared them and taught them a high physical literacy. You didn't have to do anything to Jeremiah Smith when he walked in. Like, he just walked in, and he was like, okay, I'm here, right? Lost a couple of times, and was like, oh, I got this now, and then won it for the rest of the time, right? Showed up, strained, did the work, competed. Awesome. You have other ones that don't necessarily understand that, have never been to the depths that you want them to go. They don't know how to strain. You know, they're just trying to survive that day by showing up on time, you know, to meet with Kayla, to go into, you know, to get their nutrition check off, go in, put the right gear on. We're talking about the right gear. Do you have your cleats ready, you know, before we run? Like, things like that. There's a process to it. The biggest thing is, as a coach, it's not difficult. It's just we're all individual people. So the art of coaching is finding the buttons that move that person. And that's actually, honestly, the funnest part, in my opinion, because you're also not looking at, like, what can move the needle for that person, but where do they need to go in order to add value to the team, predicated upon their skill set. You know, that guy right there, he might not have to necessarily be a bona fide starter dude right now, but he needs to be somebody that can actually, you know, add value and move the needle by being on a scout team, right? And so that might be a little bit different. That might be a little less urgency on my part. It might be a little bit more uplifting than it's like a guy that I have to go become a dude. I might have to fight that guy in the weight room sometimes. Like it might be a different mindset when I speak to him on certain days. But it's fun. That's the art of coaching. That's the art of extrapolating greatness from people.
So let me ask you this, Schlegs. Without naming,
fight by meaning like throwing hands. Though I'll snatch a body, that's for sure.
Absolutely, you will. Well, listen, I don't want to hear any names because you and I have talked about this before. Could you give us
names?
Of course. Could you give us an example? Maybe you had a guy who came in who wasn't a big weight room guy, who maybe kind of dreaded seeing you all the time, but you maybe won him over and turned him into a dude over the course of 4 to 6 months.
I would always say that he turned himself into a dude because, like, I am the same every single day. I don't know. You count your watch as my juiciness. So
you're dripping it. You're dripping in juice.
Oh yeah, so much. No, it was like this. It's kind of like we'd have all these different guys, and Mick did a great job of like rotating people, and it would just be like he would just come in like I'm like, what's up? He's like, I got you today. But then, like, through the workout, was really into it, and I'm just encouraging. I'm like, let's go. And then he loved it, right? And he's doing fantastic. So it's but it was fun. It became, and I would make hand gestures to him, not negative, but like there were certain things I would do, and there were certain comments that I would make that were specific to him, and sometimes they got under his skin. He didn't want it on that day because we're emotional creatures, and I'm like, bump your emotions. You're getting it all the time, and it was great. And even when he didn't work with me, I'd see him across the room, and I would just like randomly just go over there while he was working out and just train him for a hot second, just because I know he needed a taste of it. You know what I mean? I know he wanted it deep down in his soul. Deep down in his soul, he was craving a little bit of Coach Schleg's coaching that day, and he wasn't getting it. But I made sure that he got just a smidgen of a dose. But it was great. It was great. I love that. Honestly, guys, and I hope everybody understands this. It's all very much in fun, and it's always about the relationship and trust. Guys will go to that depth when they trust you, that they know that you have their best interest. And I know when they got stuff in the tank, and I know when they don't. And I just articulate it to them. These guys want to know the why, but they also want to know that you're doing everything you can to make them better while also making the team better, their unit better, et cetera.
Is the biggest changes from when you first started playing high school and then college football to now, as far as training goes, as far as fitness and weight training, all that stuff goes, strength conditioning. What's been the biggest shift, the biggest change since back then? Is it knowledge? Is it technology? Is it technique? What's been the biggest change?
I think people are stupid.
Yes.
More stupid. They're stupider. They try to add too much fluff to things that have been tried and true. Like, we have all of this information, and I say this all the time, right? You can't manage what you can't measure. Data is good, but data doesn't make sales, right? Data doesn't train dudes. They're good guardrails to have. They're good measurables to validate that the work is working. But, hey, listen, all I know is this: when it comes to football, you can't train toughness in November. That's just a fact. So if you want scientifically data dudes, then guess what? In November, when you got to run the ball and you got to go 5 minutes and 13 seconds down the field, ain't happening. All right, but look at our guys. Look at their their rate of force development, and this is all we train, power. No, man, I want to train some strain and some grindiness. Like, dudes, like, I'm just gonna, like, hey, my buddy's over there hanging off a cliff. I ain't letting go. I don't care. You're pulling me with you. I need that mindset. I need a mindset. I'm gonna go dent that guy's face mask. It was funny. Side nugget. I had to do a thing for UA, And life sport's really good. It was like mental health coaching and stuff. And it was just comical to me that they didn't use the words of like melt your face, Denton face mask, Waffle House ready. Like none of those things were on the curriculum that they were teaching. And I was kind of disappointed. And I was like trying to figure out where those sayings would fit in the midst of, sports psychology, in the symbolism. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, here's the deal. Tito, you mentioned it. Like, where has it changed? It hasn't changed. And I told my dad this last night when I called him. I was like, Dad, I just want you to know, I think you did a great job of, coaching. Because here's the thing. Anybody can write. This is dead serious. I just want everybody else out there to understand this. You could have the best program design on the planet, the guru of program designs. But if you can't coach it and effectively run a room, it don't matter. Just letting you know. If you just hand that program to somebody, they go through it, they ain't getting maximized because they don't know how to maximize themselves. That's not everybody. You got to coach them. You got to have a flow of the room, and you got to coach them hard. That's it. So my dad, he was doing crazy Bulgarian monsters and German volume training. I was like 12 years old, didn't matter, whatever. But that's what he was doing with the high school. And he was doing the 5-and-5 and the bigger, faster, stronger. We're talking like the 80s, man. I'm out there like painting weights outside, so I could get like a, 25-pound dumbbell or a neck harness that he would give me. But he did a great job of like working and coaching and giving to those kids in the summer and the off season. I was like, I'm just telling you that, Dad. You did a great job. He was always trying to be like that cutting edge, but the more you look back at some of those things, they work, man. They work. So, anyways, there's some things that have changed, Tito. I'm not gonna say that they haven't. I will say this one thing: people that train power and just speed all the time, I will smash your face in. That's cool. That's all I know. Well, it's just a fact. It's a fact.
It is.
You know what's funny? What's funny too is like Tress came out and was like, well, we don't like weight room guys. We like track guys. Well, how about this? How about you get really fast dudes that enjoy the weight room? Because guess what? If you don't have tissue density and resiliency, you're eventually going to get hurt. And that's also why those guys have a bunch of soft tissue injuries, because they don't understand volume and they don't stress the tissue. That's why it ain't freaking rocket science. But, weak things break. Louis Simmons, Westside Barbell said that. And all you do is just train the things that you're really good at. You don't enhance upon your weaknesses, you get hurt. Boom. Buckeyes.
All I know is pain. All I feel is rain. DMX Schlegs.
Dave, listen, well, I dropped that at practice last night. I did, but it wasn't that particular DMX song. It was something else that I don't remember, but it was fantastic. And the other coaches are like, they don't know who that is. I'm like, I don't care. Look them up.
Look him up.
Google him.
Google me. That's good. Schlegs, what do we have on the agenda for today? It sounds like we're pretty poof David Copperfield.
I'm always, Bob, I'm frothy like this. We have, I got the Bobby Carpenter show, big time ball show today. I think we're going off at 11.
Yep.
Because you got to do this little service. Let's see. Then what I got. And then, I got to go to I had to go pay a ticket yesterday.
Myles Garrett.
I had a warrant out for my arrest. Never knew that. Already got my life. Like, this was back in like 2018. I think it was when my truck got stolen. I don't know. But it's like I've been pulled over before. I got my license changed to a new home in 2019. Somehow I was able to do that. And then I'm literally just driving down the road, get pulled over. You got a warrant. I'm like, oh, yeah? From when? 2018. Okay. Now, guess what? I can't refute it. It's like I can go back and try to find a payment for that, cowboy. So, yes, I had to go in and pay that yesterday. Now I got to go to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. I got to go sit in there today, get some tags for some trucks and driver's license and stuff.
All right.
Shaved up. Got to put my hair up. Yeah, I got to do that. And then I'm
put your hair up?
What
does that mean?
You know what I mean? But, buddy, I've been using a Spartan. We've been using the Nutrafol.
Yeah.
Like, you put a little product in there, make it poofy so you go in there, it looks nice in your driver's license photo.
Do we feel like the Spartans work, like the hair thickening? Do we feel like we've gotten – I feel like
my daughter makes fun of me. My daughter makes fun of me.
Oh, don't! My daughter said something to me about it the other day, too. Don't screw her.
It's not necessarily that it's working. and it's getting more. It's more of the fact that it's not going down.
Yeah. Stop the retreat.
Maintaining.
Stop the retreat, Schlegs.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, you know what? I want to lift super bumpy, but would I like to deadlift 700? Yeah. But am I okay with 635 right now? The answer is yeah. I'm good. Do I want to squat 575, 585 again? Yeah. But am I okay with, 500, 100 for a double? No, I'm not. But I'm going to get back. So it's kind of, I'm right there in the medium of those two. You know what I'm saying?
Schleg, you're the man.
Does that make sense to you guys?
That makes perfect sense. You make perfect sense every week, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week, Schleg. Thanks for the time.
Hey, you know what? Attack and dominate. Go Bucks. Be Cancer, Columbus. See you.
Absolutely. That was Anthony Schlegel. Left as quickly as he came. It's like the cat in the hat. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment finance to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to see them and get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Coming up next, Ryan Day spoke yesterday. We'll hear from the head coach next. Morning Juice.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go! Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into the Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Thank you, Anthony Schlegel, for joining us. I'm sure we got some cuts out of that right there, Bodie, to use for future Schlegisms.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Wrote down two. Probably could have wrote down 12.
Right.
I try not to do too many from one single interview because just keep it rolling each Tuesday.
Ryan Day spoke yesterday. I'll play some sound from him in a moment, Bob. But did you see the Columbus Dispatch? They did a poll, and they said more than 200. Now, according to the website, it says EPL, but they forgot the P. More than 200 people responded to a series of questions.
Going high there.
They don't need copy editors. They were asked, what do you consider the state of the program? You have very good, good, fair, poor, and very poor. And 97% said good or very good. So, makes sense.
This is just won a national championship,
right.
So what's the other
there
option?
We go.
No kidding.
How did you feel about the...
What were the 3% that said good or not very good?
1.3% said fair. 1.7% said very poor.
That's good. I'm glad.
Okay.
Controllers.
Now,
Michigan fans.
How did you feel about the 2024 season? Options, still on cloud 9 after historic playoff run. Though a national title is the ultimate prize, it felt incomplete with the setbacks in the regular season. I'm not over that debacle against Michigan, and other. 10.6% people said they're not over that debacle against Michigan.
Wow. Sounds
Here's the one that really surprised me. And it shouldn't. How would you rate Ryan Day's 6 years as head coach? Excellent, above average, average, below average, poor. I think you and I would both say excellent, correct?
I mean, he's won a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
He played for another.
Mm-hmm.
He's been to multiple playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
His record against Michigan is what it is.
Yeah.
But I would say that most people, if you look at an 8-year run in Ohio State history, just pulled out of the air at any given point in time, this would be comparable to some of the best periods.
94%.
Had multiple guys go to Heisman,
yeah,
play for Heisman trophies and
go to the NFL.
Go to New York for the Heisman Trophy. Hadn't had one win it yet.
Right.
We've had a lot of quarterback. You had C.J. Stroud, who looks like one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Produced a ton of receivers.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
94% said above average or excellent. But there's still even 1.3% says poor.
It's good.
That's awful, Bobby.
Coach,
I shouldn't be surprised.
Why would listen? You're never going to win them all.
I know you're not.
It's like Pokemons. Got to catch them all. All right.
What defines a successful season for Ohio State in 2025?
Oh, let's hear this.
Oh, I asked that on the fan poll a few weeks ago, and some people were very upset with that. Questioning, not even the answers, just the question itself. How dare you? I got a lot of questions. How
First
dare
of all,
you?
how dare you?
Repeat as national champions, 16.6%.
Okay.
Reach the CFP semifinals, 31.9%.
I would say with this team, like that, so about 50% of the people think national championship
or semifinal.
I think this team has all the ingredients to make the semifinal. Whether they move on, I've got to see how those ingredients cook. But I would have said that last year too.
So this is what defines successful season at Ohio State, okay? You had one choice in this. Make the CFP was 14%. Win the Big Ten, 8.5%.
Yeah, because they didn't do that last year.
I'm talking defines a successful season. 26% beat Michigan. So you're telling me if they go 8-4 but beat Michigan, you would define that as no, you wouldn't define that as a successful season.
They wouldn't. The people say that, but that's
idiots. That's
I don't need to call people names.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
It's
dump button. Yes.
Yeah, that's just.
Anyway, I found that interesting.
The problem with those answers too, and I don't blame the Dispatch for this because they might have been in a situation where they were trying to narrow it down to just 3 or 4, and you can maybe only have a character limit with that. But what is beat Michigan plus what?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, beat Michigan and this.
Like
that's
11-1,
yes.
beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, win a playoff game.
Right. Yeah.
What if they lost to Michigan but won 2 playoff games?
Yep.
It's kind of there's a lot of middle ground within that. But yes, the overall premise that it's we go 9-3 and miss the playoff, but as long as we beat Michigan, that's not college football in 2025 anymore.
Right.
It's perfectly fine to be upset about how that game's gone the last 4 years, but that game does not matter in the context of your ultimate goals in a season anymore. It just doesn't.
Ryan Day was asked yesterday. You talked about what they have to figure out before the Texas game. Here is your head coach.
Well, I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out what your identity is, but you're also you don't call it a laboratory. There's probably like 15 to 20% laboratory of like, all right, can we do this? Are we able to, look at some different things? Yeah, we have a little bit of time to do that, but we also want to know what our identity is. We also get back to fundamentals because we know how important that's going to be in the first game. And so, by the time we get to next week, we're still working on fundamentals. We're still going good on good, but we're starting to really, dive into game plan stuff 2 weeks out. So it's also good to install things that you're going to need down the road that you may not need in the first week. So, you're building those things up so that when you can pull them out mid-season, you have some stuff on film that you can work off of. Guys have physically done it, body repped it. That's an important part of the preseason.
Obviously, Bob, the big question I want to know about is, who's going to be the starting quarterback. And you alluded that we might find out later on this week.
I think Ryan had kind of said he would like to have it done by this week.
Like to have it, yep.
I mean, so that's if things go as planned, but I don't know. Like I make the joke, I watch it in practice. I watch two guys throw some great stuff, and then I'll watch the same two guys do some things like, a little ill-advised, And so as you're Ryan trying to figure that out, which it's going to be, I'm like, have fun with that one, buddy. That's why you're getting paid the big bucks. And here's the good news. I will say this, both of these quarterbacks, their ceiling is good enough for you to win a national championship with. I think they're both NFL quarterbacks. I think Ryan made the comment, I don't know if we have it in there, about comparing them to the Burrows and Haskins comparison.
I've got that right here.
Let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
All right.
I remember kind of with Dwayne and Joe, it was similar. Just in terms of the skill sets and their makeups, and so it's interesting to see those two guys compete with each other. Like you said, nothing is exactly the same, but it's similar in certain ways. But ultimately, it comes down to how they perform on the field.
Still the same, Bob Seger.
Caught up with you yesterday. Still the same. At what point, Bob, I don't know what they're doing in practice. You've been at the practices. Are they
play football?
Are they working on a Texas game plan yet? Or is this still just
integrated small things?
Small things of it, okay.
Next week, you'll get into more of that. You'll have to take 2 weeks to prepare. And listen, I'm sure they're watching some Texas film, and they're integrating things that they would like to run against Texas to probably kind of workshop them.
Right.
See what's out there. Hey, let's try this. Let's try that. Maybe some different things. These are some unique things we can build. Here's some other things that we think we already have that would fit Texas, but they're still going good on good. What does Ohio State's defense do? What does Ohio State's offense do? How do we attack each of those with the respective side?
How much do you think the game plan offensively will change or will be different based on the quarterback?
I think 85% the same.
Really? Think so, yeah?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's some dramatic shift.
It's not Tebow and Chris Leak.
No. I mean, listen, Julian's a better athlete than people give him credit for,
okay.
And Lincoln can throw a really good ball. Lincoln he's got a really strong arm. Some of it's just been the consistency. Ryan always calls it making your layups. You've got to make your layups. When there's an open throw that's a makeable throw, you can't have 2nd and 10. You need to have second and 3.
Okay.
If it's a check down, it's a swing pass, you get to it, it's got to be on the guy. So I don't think there'll be a big difference. Maybe stylistically and certain things the guys feel good about, what throws they make better, how they're able to throw the football a little bit, what they feel confident in. And then I think with Link, you would probably have a little bit more of the element of the quarterback run. Not a ton.
Right.
But, Lincoln is a phenomenal athlete. So if you have him in there, it would be foolish not to use him in that way.
What's the advantage of publicly naming the starting quarterback this week versus waiting?
Oh, I don't think he's going to name.
He'll just say
to find out the quarterback.
Okay, all right. So you don't think he'll name? You don't think we'll have a public name?
No.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be any anointing process. And
I was asking about that. How
do you think there will be one before the game against Texas, at least?
Maybe.
Okay,
publicly?
That's interesting. Yes, Ryan Day, he comes out for his Monday, Tuesday presser.
I don't think so.
Week.
I don't know if he'll even tell the team. Now people will be in to kind of see, but I don't think there'll be any grand overture just to keep that stuff. It's an advantage.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Just
I was going to say
because he'll be asked about it 1,000 times.
And I think
it's 1,000 more. You mean?
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's easy for him to just be, kind of be the politician and not give an answer. But the players is where it could be kind of.
They know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
They see it. Like, there's one guy that will be taking reps.
Yeah, especially when it gets closer to the Texas game. Do you think there's any chance, and I asked this probably.
Playing both?
What's that?
Playing both?
Well, that or I was going to ask, with Kienholz being the better athlete, and I know you said Julian's a good runner too, but I think most people would agree, and you would know more than most people, that Kienholz is, if you had to say, the better athlete out of the two. Do you think there's any chance they could go into the Texas game saying, you know what, we need his legs, so he's going to start and play, and then not like restart the quarterback battle, but almost maybe open it up, almost have a one-game starter, and then kind of go from there?
Let me play this first. Let me play this first. I want you to respond to that, Bob, if that's okay. This is Ryan Day talking about both quarterbacks needing to be ready.
Well, we have two guys that are getting the reps, so that's good. It's not like we're getting 3 or 4. And there's so many reps in practice. We've taken that into consideration. We're trying to get both guys ready to go win the game. I think we have to have them both ready to play in that first game. And then, again, as we get closer here, we'll name a starter and go from there. But we're going to need them both. And that's the goal right now, is just to get them both ready to go, figure out what they can do. That's similar. Try to figure out what they can do that's different from each other. And then so that they can go play well in this first game, because this will be their first start. Lincoln played in the bowl game, but he didn't start, and and Julian's never started a game. So we got to make sure we're giving them things that they can do that fit their skill set.
So how do you feel about that? What Bodie's asking about the two quarterbacks, and
like if they go into this saying like, you know what, this is going to be a 20-17 game. We're going to grind out some points, and Kienholz's legs could be the difference. But then we feel like Sayan's arm talent is the higher ceiling. So then we'll kind of. I know it's a weird.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I don't think Ryan probably wants to do that.
And it would probably be weird to go into it, because what if he wins? Then how do you look at Lincoln and be like, "Hey, sorry, dude, that was
you're
great.
Benched. Great game against Texas,
But it's, I think it's, I don't know, interesting question, I guess maybe.
It really is, because I don't know if there's a great answer to it.
Yeah.
I think ideally, would Ryan want to play both guys? No. Is there a chance where if one of the guys goes in and is playing like it's 3 drives in, it's just 3 and 4 plays and out, and a lot of sputtering, and a lot of that is kind of on the quarterback. Do you make a switch at that point, or do you ride your guy? That's why he gets paid all that money.
Yeah,
because that's the decision. Do you double down and say we're going to work through this, defense hang on, or maybe it's time, I've seen enough to see enough, and I don't. Listen, man, so I said I don't want to be the one making that decision. If you're making that much money, I better be getting compensated heavily, and that's all part of it. Ryan gets the pressure of that. And like I said, I think both guys are good enough to win a national championship. I think both guys are NFL guys.
Yeah, you said it the other day, Bob. I not heard anybody say that.
Burrow and Haskins were here. I go, when he left, I think Burrow was probably a third to fifth round pick.
Right.
I undershot that
Nailed
significantly.
Yeah, right.
Someone was like, "You think so?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's a good player. He'll be good." I thought he'd go to Cincinnati. He went to LSU. I was like, "Okay, a little bit more challenging." First year, looked like he's probably a third to fifth rounder, maybe third, second, probably more second to third at that point. And then his senior year obviously was tremendous, but I think that there's a lot of that. They compared it. It's not an exact comparison, but it does feel a little like Haskins. Now, I think Julian's a better athlete than Dwayne.
But Kienholz might be better than all of them. Do you think that's fair to say?
As
a
best
runner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lincoln is really
because Burrow makes plays with his legs, but his arm talent is obviously.
He's fast enough, and he's crafty. He's got a great feel for the game, and that's the one thing. Lincoln, does he have as good a feel for the game as Joe? I don't know. Joe, there was just something about him. I never thought he would be able to develop like that, but there was something about the way he read stuff and how he saw things, and just he never really made the same mistake twice, which I think is a huge attribute, obviously, to play quarterback. You get me once, and that was it. And that's one of these things with these guys. You don't want to see them making the same mistakes multiple times, and that's one thing that'll drive a coach crazy. Is if that's the case.
Want to give something away, Bob?
Yeah, let's give it away. Give it away now. The Red Hot Chili Pepper style. What we're going to give away. I meant to bring this up with Schlegs, and I always forget because it's Appetizer Tuesday, the featured appetizer. It's his favorite, the mac and cheese bites. Macaroni and cheese covered in crispy, crunchy cheddar coating, deep fried, served with sour cream. It's the mac and cheese you don't need utensils to eat. You can eat in your car, driving around, pop it in there with your hands. And now we're going to give you away a $50 gift card for That's What He Said. 614-821-1460 is the number. You're talking to Schlegs. He referenced a certain singer that he referenced during practice. Him and I were talking about. One of his faves, told the kids to look it up. They don't know that reference.
They don't.
Look it up.
Look it up. Go to the library.
Who was that artist? 614-821-1460 is the number. Get the $50 Roosters gift card and go check out the mac and cheese bites.
I think singer might be a bit of a reach. Artist is better. I think
he's artist.
I think singer, though. I think at first I think
Our
a
folks
singer.
are smart. Don't ever underestimate it.
I didn't do that. I'm just saying. I think singers are better. Not necessarily the right description.
Of economic impact to our town. These events are huge for the city, providing revenue for local businesses, job creation, infrastructure development, and many other benefits. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses prosper year-round.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our local businesses and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners. Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job.
Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs.
Right on the target, Travis. We understand the business climate in Central Ohio, and we will help you reach your goals.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without having to take your time? You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out. But nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Wolkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Final segment of the program. Thanks to all the juicers for tuning in on the chat.
Oh, yeah.
You got to 234 at one point, Bob. That's pretty good for a Tuesday.
234?
Yeah, we were
fairly
234
robust,
at one point.
yeah. Well, you know why? Because we're giving you the insight and commentary that you can't get anywhere else.
That's fair. Eric wins the $25 gift card.
Yes. Not Eric Reeser, as I was trying to get the guy's last name, and Bobby was kind enough to repeatedly spell it in the background, and you guys are spelling his name. Eric Reeser's last name. I'm trying to listen to this guy's last name, but he said he still works at Children's. Used to work with my sister over there. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Having a good conversation.
We're trying to figure out who the starter's going to be, Bodie. We got to put you in some adverse situations.
Yes, we do. That's
All
true.
Right, tomorrow, you might get Wally pipped.
You never know.
Okay.
That's a good point. No Bodie tomorrow. I forgot about that.
You know what? Just let me know before Thursday morning. That's all I ask.
Before you go to bed Wednesday night. How about that? Let's do that. All right. We know what's got Eric Reeser juiced. We'll tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
My sources tell me it's a Tuesday meeting day. Like we need to do a whole segment on what's got us juiced. But, Bodie, why don't we start with Schlegs?
Toughness in basketball. You can teach toughness in basketball. How do you do it? Rebounding. Box out. Let's go.
Rebounding. Box out.
Box him out the gym is Schleg's famous line.
The priceless part, too, was this guy's name. I don't want to say it on the air just in case he doesn't want his full first and last name out there. But it's not that far off from Reeser.
Oh, really?
So literally, I'm not kidding you guys. As I was trying to write it down as he's spelling it, you guys are saying Reeser's last name, and like half the name is pretty similar there. So
that's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
I'm glad. Listen,
that.
You know what?
That had me juiced, Bob. What else has me juiced is this right here. You know, we talked about this earlier
More
with
Herb
Tyson
Brooks?
Fury. No, if only. Maybe tomorrow. We hit on this a little bit earlier. Tyson Fury singing the American Pie song there, but here's another version of it. Maybe my favorite one.
Bye, bye, Miss Chair Model Lady. I dreamt that we were married and you treated me nice. We had lots of kids, drinking whiskey and rye. But why'd you have to go off and die? Why'd you have to go off and die? Oh, you believe in rock and roll? Well, music.
Anytime I can take the opportunity to get a little Office reference in there, I feel like I have to do it. So that had me super juiced this morning. Well, yesterday when I cut up that Tyson Fury cut, I immediately thought, you know what? This will be a good excuse to play that there. So Michael Scott falling in love with the chair office lady model who
he met one
never
time.
met or
No, he never met.
I don't
She was
think he
just
ever
in the-
met her. Yeah,
she
he
was
just
just
saw her
in
in
the
the
picture.
picture. And everybody was wanting him to choose between the new office chairs or the new printer.
The
and he
copier,
just
the printer copier.
couldn't
Yes, that's
land on
right.
either one.
Or
That's
take
right.
or take the money for himself.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Explain it to me like I'm 5, and then I'll be 6 next summer. Bob, what has you juiced this morning, sir?
I'll be 6 next summer. Oh, it has me juiced in a negative way. The kids are going back to school tomorrow. 3 of my 4. Yes. All elementary school kids in Arlington go, and then kids that are going to new schools. My oldest son, RJ, he doesn't have to go till Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter will be a freshman, so she has to go Wednesday. She'll be there tomorrow. So we're getting them rounded up last night, getting them back in the house. And then, I don't know what was going on. We've got like the Blink camera system in our house.
My
and we
bad.
got a Blink doorbell. What'd you say?
My bad. I was creeping around. My bad.
Oh, we had the thing, but we put a little show in our bathroom, so playing music and stuff, but also to hear people, ring the doorbell.
Nice.
And yeah, not nice.
Not nice.
11:30 it went
Wow.
off, and then again
Not
at
nice.
3:30. And I checked the cameras, nothing. So I'm not sure if these guys, if it was a Patrick Swayze ghost situation,
Right.
that they were able to somehow. But 3:30.
That's weird.
That's late.
Yeah.
That's late for some kid to be like messing with your door. Did not have me juiced. It's 11:30. I went down, looked around. There was no one out there. Checked the cameras. Nothing was on them. Same thing again. 3:30 did not go down. It's just like whatever. And then if it goes off again, I'm gonna jump off our little roof and jump on one of the kids. Go get them. It'll be like Boondock Saints coming after them if I have to get that done. But that had me not juiced. So waking up twice. I was like 3:30. I'm like, at least I do get like another hour. This isn't bad. But went back to sleep. Kids football practice last night. It has been hot, man. And I was sweating something fierce last night, and some of the kids were complaining about being tired and sick. Are you guys going to make me wear my helmet and shoulder pads with a sweatshirt again just to prove to you that no one's going to die out here? We'll get some water. We'll be fine. You tell me you don't feel good. You don't feel good because you're just tired.
Tell him, Bob.
Quit spending all day at the pool and just eating garbage. Let's get some rest and be ready to go.
The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed more.
100%, man. Like it's a chosen
You
suffering.
out here, die now. We win on, game day. I was going to say Saturdays,
yeah.
but I don't know when they play, so game day.
It's the chosen suffering. Schleg talks about it all the time. We get into it. It's fun. It's, great to kind of dive all into that. Got some XM today. Going to catch some practice. I hate this stinking meeting because it interrupts my ability to watch practice and to consume what I need to consume to do my job here and to help out with some of those guys over there. So that's got me juiced again in a negative way.
Been a great day so far, Bob. Good Lord. Say something. Play a Schleg thing or do something to get us excited now.
What it does have me excited, though, is we do have school coming up for the kids, so that'll be fun. And Thursday they'll all be in school again, and that'll be a nice time. I'll be able to come home. My house will be dead silent when I walk in. And, yeah, that'll be good. Although I do have to drop my son off in the morning every other day.
You want to watch a cat, Bob?
You got some free time on your hands.
My mom would watch a cat.
He meows a bit, but other than that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to watch it. I don't. We got to go. My neighbor threatened to buy us a dog for our son's birthday. My youngest son's
it's a
birthday.
great gift for another family.
Oh yeah,
always a great gift.
I go.
Well, how about two?
He was sending me pictures of gerbils and ferrets and things like that, and I go, dude, if you give me any of those, I will just release it into your house. Okay, so I'm just want to let you know that
fair warning.
The retaliation will be swift. It will be in our house for not a single night, and I will open one of your doors and just slide it on in there, and maybe I'll just drop it on in the vent so it can die in there and stink if that's what you want. So he knew better, but it was a good time. He gave him a beta fish instead, so that's
nice. Little
flushable.
The maintenance on
maintenance on the beta fish.
Maintenance on the beta fish is pretty minimal.
It is. I finished up a book by Andy Andrews, the 7 Decisions Surrounding the Traveler's Gift. Dove into a new one, so I've got another list of books that I've been trying to kind of crush through here. The football season, man, this is the last weekend we'll have without college football, and so that's exciting. But
needs to cool off.
Also, a little
I was
depressing.
talking with my mom the other day because she has
Texas
Ohio
game's
State
gonna feel
season
good.
tickets, and she's going to the Texas game, obviously. And I was like, man, that is going to be cooking.
Pro tip: tell her to get extra drunk before she goes in, so she
won't feel it.
Won't feel the heat as much. Next thing you know, you might be waking up on a gurney, but it'll all be good. It'll all be worth it.
Get some IVs in you, and you'll be fine.
You'll sweat it so much out, you won't even have to worry. You won't have to worry about those C-deck bathrooms because you'll be sweating so much.
Is that the advice we just gave?
Pro tip.
Okay. Pro tip and advice are two different things, I think. Bob, it's funny because when I was in between administrations and I was flying solo for a while, a friend across the street who was happily married with kids, they were going on vacation and asked me to watch the kids turtle while he was gone.
Well, that seems pretty easy.
So I bring the turtle over to the house and his case and everything.
They didn't let you go over and feed the turtle?
No, he just brought it over to me. Yeah,
there's a reason for that.
I'm sure there is, yes.
They didn't want them in the house.
Yes.
Think I'm going to let some sex predator in a uniform come in here and sniff my underwear?
They were going for 2 weeks. Okay?
2 weeks.
Day 1, turtle dies.
Come on, dude.
Listen.
I would have texted them right then because they probably wouldn't even have believed that.
I felt
Turtles
so
live
bad.
a long time.
Did you get a new turtle?
They were going out of the country, if I'm not mistaken. And so I wasn't going to, back then it wasn't, I don't think it was international calls were free and stuff like that. And I didn't have their email address. But anyway, so I didn't know how to dispose of this turtle. This kid had.
Did you paint a stripe on this cat's tail?
This kid had the turtle. He was 10 at the time, maybe. He had the turtle for a long time. And so I just kept it in the basement.
It would stink, dude.
You have no idea how bad a dead turtle smells.
Coach, I know about how bad like rotten fish and sea. Believe me, I have a very good idea of that.
They get home.
Why wouldn't you just went and bought a new one?
Because I don't know, because I didn't want to be deceptive.
You should have that first day walked into the pet store.
Give me one of these.
I need a replica of this.
But he wouldn't.
The closest thing you got to this sucker.
He wouldn't respond to the name. Anyway, Bob. Anyway, they get home. They get home, and I'm like the whole time they're gone. I am stressing out.
You should have either called them day one or got a new turtle. Those are the only two options.
Hindsight, Bobby. Yes, I didn't know you then. I would have taken your advice. I, for 2 weeks, just felt awful. How am I going to do this? How am I going to tell this kid? Because it wasn't my fault. I did I
That's
followed
why
the
you got to
instructions.
tell him day one.
I know.
He died before he even got in the plane.
They get home. The dad says, "Hey, he's coming over to pick up the turtle." I said, "Hey, can you and I have a conversation first?"
Oh my gosh, dude!
So the guy
you didn't give him a warning.
The guy comes over, and we meet like at the border ward to Ohio State, Michigan, Woody and Bo, because he didn't come into my place. I didn't go to. I said, hey, look, can we just have a conversation? He comes over and said, listen, I got to tell you this. Day one, I did nothing wrong, and
it would have sounded better on day one if you
I
had said
understand.
this.
I said, I'm really sorry. Just tell Jack. Look, I really, it's down in my basement right now.
I've got him still.
Okay,
he can
wait.
say goodbye.
He said, you kept it? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh, man, I bet that smells bad. And I said, yeah. And he said, I should have told you. He was pretty sick already.
Oh, really?
Yes. So.
What kind of emotional attachment can somebody have to a turtle?
When you're 10, you might have an attachment.
I'm not arguing it. I'm just asking.
I think at that point.
You know, like when I go home, my dogs greet me at the door. They're really excited to see me.
You say a dog's name and it'll look over to you.
There is some sort of connection
there. He was sickly, but he was smart.
I don't know if turtles, may he rest in peace.
Right,
do we have a name on the turtle?
I can't. Look, dude, I blocked out. I haven't thought about this in so long. The fact that Bob just brought this up.
The memory you forgot you had in the bank.
Oh, man. I felt terrible about it for so. It was one of the worst 2 weeks because I didn't communicate with them and it smelled awful in my basement. And, then I had to, break that news. Some of the tough news to break there, Bob. Telling 10-year-old kid his turtle's dead.
Oh, you didn't sound like you didn't break it to him. You told his dad.
Yeah, I know. His dad kind of laughed. Said, I should have told you. He was pretty sick already. Yeah, tell me something, though. So, anyway, because I kept trying to flush him, it wouldn't go down, so I put him back in the aquarium.
Shell, he just kept banging on the...
What I did. Yes, that's what I did.
Like putting shoes in the dryer.
Tell you, mouth to mouth, not easy on a turtle. Also.
Before or after you tried to flush him?
Yep. Okay, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you, all you juicers, for tuning in today. Tomorrow's a Wednesday. We'll have Austin Ward on, but we'll have no Bodie. But we'll see. Come back Thursday also and see if he gets Wally pipped. We'll talk again tomorrow, folks. Morning Juice.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook: read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory.